Hey everybody, Gary here with Guitar Tricks, and in this video I want to share with you how you could create cool bass lines with your open chords by using slash chords. So you might have seen this on a chord chart, not knowing what you were looking at, but it's super common in acoustic guitar music or kind of like open position, where we could create these bass lines that move really smoothly. So for example, right? So I went, right? Before we get into it, please go ahead and click subscribe so that you get all of the latest and greatest content from Guitar Tricks. And if you want to be notified of any new lesson, be sure to tap the bell and let us know in the comments any new lesson you'd like to see. That's where we're always looking for ideas. All right, so let's say we have this chord progression that goes C to G to A minor. We could, instead of going, we could go like this, right? So it's a kind of smoother pathway to get from the C to the A. So what you'll see often on a chord chart is C, G over B to A minor. So all that G over B means is that you're playing a G chord, but the B is the bass note. That's the third of the chord. Root, third, fifth. We put the third in the bass, right? That's part of the chord. But instead of playing the G as the lowest note, we play the B as the lowest note. So you could play that just like this. You know, first finger on the second fret of the A string, third finger on the third fret of the high E string. Or you could put your pinky on the third fret of the high E, your ring on the third fret of the B, and then your index on the second fret of the A. Right? So any kind of variation right there. And then to an A minor. So now we have this. Let's say I'm in the key of G. You'll often see G, D over F sharp. So same concept as when we were in the key of C, but now we play G, the 1 chord, and then we play the 5 chord D, but we're going to play it with fingers 2, 3, and 4 so that we have our index finger to play on the second fret of the low E string. And then we just mute out the A string with the flesh of our index finger. If that's really hard, you could just avoid the high E string and just mute it out, right? That way you could do index, middle, ring, and no pinky. And then to an E minor, or even a C over E. Like Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton. I'm not going to teach you the song, but it features a G major, a D over F sharp, and then a C over E with that descending bass line. Right? Because in the C major chord, we also have an E. So with these slash chords, it's not like you're adding any new note to the chord. You're just putting a different note other than the root note as the lowest note, right? So key of G, G major, D over F sharp, E minor, or G, D over F sharp, C over E. So these are some of the options. Then another thing we can do is just connect 2 chords with a passing note. So for instance, let's say we're going from C to A minor. So in the key of C, the A is scale degree 6, 1, 7, 6, but I could add scale degree 7 to walk down to it. So I can go C, C, B, A. And then if I'm in the key of G, same concept. The G is the 1 chord and the E minor is the 6 chord. And I could go 1, 7, 6. So I could go. As far as technique, try to work on first hitting a bass note and then a strum. So just on the C chord, I'm going to hit the C and then strum. And then I could do it with multiple chords. So I could go. All right, everybody, I hope that gave you some ideas and maybe prepared you for when you hear this in a song and you see this in a song. Once you get used to playing that D over F sharp and that G over B, you're going to find that they come up all the time and that you just start doing it without thinking. Anytime you go to, say, C to G to A minor, it just becomes something that you could add to your chord progressions. All right, everybody, have fun with this stuff. If you want to learn more about playing guitar, head over to guitartricks.com. There's a library of awesome song lessons with multiple videos per song, downloadable tab, backing tracks. There's courses on guitar fundamentals, country, blues, rock, all at guitartricks.com. Happy playing, and I'll see you next time.